I'm Adam, and this is an update I give on my week so that I hopefully inspire you, so ignite, so you can make the difference you want to make in your life and others. This week, I I finally decided that I've been putting a lot of energy and attention onto a desk that used to be, or not a desk, but a shelf that used to be right there. And as you can see, it's not there anymore. It's now behind me. And what had happened is the kids would climb over me during conferences when I'm like talking with people to get tools and stuff for their school from this location. Actually up here too, but that's another story. Not today. And then another thing is when I look at it, there was a bunch of books from last year's schoolwork and folders and papers and things. And I would stack stuff up on here. So I wouldn't know where to put things that would be useful. And I also got excited about, like, oh, it just seems so easy to kind of big, juicy chunks of stuff I can take out and get rid of or reposition so that I could use them. Because there was stuff in there I wanted to use for this year, such as things that are just for me as a parent to help guide my children at the school. So those were some things that I really kind of wanted to get out of that and make happen. And so what I did is I set up the day. I said I was going to try and finish this by the end of the day yesterday. And I was going to take this shelf. And before I moved it, I was going to take all the stuff out and then put it back here and then reorganize things inside of it, getting rid of the stuff that I didn't want for this year that was like not current, not exciting for making some learning happening. And if there's other possibilities. But this is just for learning, it turns out. So that's great with my kids' school. So that's what I was going to do. And I learned in the process that what I'd written down, because I tried to break it down in little steps, and they were helpful, these little steps I had. But I had them in the wrong order. So I thought I was going to spread and categorize things out. And then I was going to remove from all that the things that I wanted to get rid of. And then I thought I was going to then move the shelf behind me and then label each of the parts on the shelf and then fill it up again, which could have worked technically. But I found for me it worked a lot better to actually do a different order. So it was still helpful to have the chunks of actions in it because I had a reward after each chunk of action, which was 5 minutes of YouTube for me. And that seemed to work. Also, the idea of progress happening. So the order it turned out to be instead was that I removed, nope, that was last. So I spread and categorized things like I thought at first. And then I moved the whole desk over here since everything was out of it at the time. And then I used it as an organizer back here. And while I did that, while I was filling it up, I was also removing things to say, okay, that stays there. And also then I could grab something that I hadn't quite finished organizing and remove stuff from that. And so bit by bit, I did it a little out of order. And I didn't get quite to the labeling section. So this took a lot longer than I thought it would, which is a surprise. That's what I learned. So the implications here is that I really like the change. And hopefully if you make a change in your world that's, this small, it also can make a bit of a difference and ignite more creative tension. Like I can do more. It's a delight to come in here. There's a lot of categories that I now know where things can go and where to find them on here. Like there's memories here from last year and some resources. And then over here, I've got stuff that's like active activities that I'm doing with the kids. And then of course I showed you the folder that's overarching information for any of the classes. So it's great to have that really kind of solidified. So I hope that inspired you to also do some moving of shelves, organizing, and get a sense of more of what's going on in your world. Keep the sparks flowing.